Hello, Internet. Hello, Henry. In the end of Henry's last video, he said, "I hope it's not another month." But guess what? It is. Pow! It's after Campfire. My name's Sam. It's been a month, and boy, has it been that. It has been a very, very busy June. Sydney and I have not had one weekend in all of June that we were not doing everything all the time. We had, in this order, an engagement party, a wedding, a trip to set up for our wedding, another wedding, a concert. So, sorry, uh, so it's an engagement party, a wedding, a concert, another wedding, trip for our wedding, then another wedding. Now it's July. It's July 4th, which means it is my birthday, rebirth day, Sam's death day. I died in 2018, and here I am again in the future, still alive. What a it's been a crazy month. On top of all of that, Sydney's been working crazy hours, and I've been working crazy hours. Like I've been working wild hours. As a Sydney, I had commencement on the 18th or something like that, and it was a full month's process just to get everything done for commencement. Now it's slowed down a little bit, but I have a bunch of new projects for work that I'm working on, and so I'm just constantly running around like a crazy person. Um, but I made this video and I wanted to make it today because how do I not make a video about my death on July 4th? On July 4th. Like what if um so yeah. So a few crazy life updates. I have another book coming out probably by the end of the month. If not the end of this month, by the end of the summer, which is exciting. I've got a bunch of stuff going on with work, which is exciting. Um, I am cleared to play hockey again. I'm done with PT. I start playing in an instructional league next week, which is a league for people to learn to play hockey. It's not that I don't know, it's that I don't know how this works. So we'll find out. Um, I asked Henry to talk about food, like foods that are important to him. I think it's such an interesting concept because foods can like hold like important weight. Like a few specific ones come to mind. Like my mom's matzo ball soup always comes to mind as one. But when I was making that last video that I made, I was cooking my grandmother's arroz con pollo. It was the first time I'd ever cooked it, and it was amazing. But it cooks for a family of like six. So we had so much leftovers for so long. And they were so good, but it was so much. Um, and there's no other way to cook it other than for a family of six. There's nothing else you could do there. Um, so that is my like genuine answers. I love cooking my grandma's arroz con pollo. Um, there's a food that I like to cook for Sydney. It's her favorite food. She calls it chimkin. I don't know. It's not a chimkin. It's like a picadillo kind of thing. It's a creamy chicken uh, skillet dish that I kind of came up with off the top of my head one night. I was like, I think this should work as a meal, and it was delicious. And I've just been cooking it literally once a week, every week. And then I make like a again a family of six portion so that Sydney can take it to work for the next like 4 or 5 days. So we've got that. The I have yet to make my mom's matzo ball soup because I'm afraid to try it. To be honest, um, I would like to learn, but I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to ask her. It's just mm, um, tried making a brisket this year and I did a terrible job. Sydney makes a really good corned beef. She did it on like uh, St. Patrick's Day, and it's really good. We had so many Reubens after that. So those are all actual answers for like just foods that like they just they're like family heirlooms. I guess I don't know. It makes sense. They're the kind of recipes I'd want to pass down to my kids when like I eventually have them. Kids, not the food. The food I have now. Yeah. And then Henry asked a very strange question, especially considering what's going on, to talk about like my perspective of time. I don't have one. It is Sydney's number one complaint. I don't have a perspective of time. Time is an enigma to me. Like, I'm really bad at knowing how far or close things are. Um, to me, I have a calendar. That calendar is great to have, but it doesn't like impact how I perceive time. Like, in my mind, time is not real. And it's really hard to explain that because, like, to Sydney, our wedding is really soon. Our wedding is, I think, 128 days away. Um, it's about 3 months, 4 months. Makes sense. In my mind, that is an eternity away. There's so much time leading up to our wedding. And in everyone else's mind, it's really soon. And I don't know how to deal with that or process that because, like, what do I do with that? What does that mean? How does one prepare? I don't know. Um, or like the idea of like to children, I'm very old. To my coworkers, I'm very young. To people my age, I'm a hit or miss. No one knows how old I am because I've got the beard but the baby face, so no one knows. I've been told at work, like working with college students, that I am 26. I've been told I'm in my 40s. I have been told when working with middle schoolers that I'm in my 30s, 20s. No, time makes no sense. It's how we perceive ourselves in time. Time is about how we perceive ourselves in that moment. And I tend to perceive myself as a child, but also as a crotchety old man. And so my perspective of how the world around me is varied based on that. Um, but yeah, what is time? Time is relative. Time is however you feel it is. I am really bad at it. I'm really bad at understanding time. Would like to be better at it. I've been working hard to be better at it. I'm not good at it. So that's my answer to Henry's nearly impossible question. Um, I've had a month to prepare a question. I can't think of one. I'll tell you this. Okay, Henry. So one of the things that like I've been thinking about in June as we go to weddings and engagement parties and this and that and all of these crazy things is about like friendship and like socialization. What is the right kind of like what's the right amount of socialization to you? How much time should people spend with other people? How often do you spend with others? Because like I'm tired, Sydney's tired, but also like I feel like if we stopped doing things, we would just stop doing things. We wouldn't see people. I feel like I haven't seen people, but I have seen people. So I guess the question is, what does it mean to see people? Like, what to you is like hanging out with friends? Because we hung out with friends all month, but it didn't feel that way. It felt like we were going to events. So does that count as hanging out with friends? This is my question. Let me know what you think.